Hey, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Hey, check out my new tag team, baby, Monty and the Pharaoh.
Hey, Jimmy, don't forget to tell them about Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Well, you know what, I would, but you already did it.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
The Monty and Pharaoh Show.
Monty and Pharaoh, bro.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
The Monty and the Pharaoh.
You've got the future Hall of Famers, that rocker, Marty Jannetty, and MJ in the house, and I'm sitting here with two more future Hall of Famers, Monty and the Pharaoh. We're doing that stuff and we gonna rock it.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
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 And Monty and the Pharaoh. Oh, is it Monty and the Pharaoh?
Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
Hey, cut music. When you want the best in professional wrestling, Long Island, there's only one place you're gonna get it, right here.
Monty and the Pharaoh. Now, that's not just the coolest, and that's not just the best. That, my friends, is just incredible.
Monty and the Pharaoh. Duh.
I'm having a wonderful time with Monty and the Pharaoh, and I'm going to put him in a crossface, and he's going to go down right now. Yeah.
Hey! Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare! And you're watching the #1 show on Long Island with Monty and the Pharaoh.
He knows I'm hurting. Why would he push it today? Because I figured, okay, maybe we're just going to do 4 tomorrow. You know, but I was just thinking that's kind of a little bit, you know, because I'm hurting.
As far as me liking Dan Marotti, I don't like Dan Marotti. I think Dan Marotti is a fraud.
What makes him a fraud?
It's just he misrepresents a lot of stuff.
One time I tried to buy a DVD from Dan Marotti's website. He never shipped it to me. I ended up having to call my credit card company to get my money back. Tell me what you got to say to that no good piece of Dan Marotti.
Dan Marotti does 4 different shoot videos with the Iron Sheik and probably everybody else. He got screwed by Dan Marotti for not getting a tape and had to get his money back. And how many other people have done that? Have not gotten their products from Dan Marotti. Why I say he's a fraud. Now, I get a lot of emails from a lot of people telling me that Dan Marotti doesn't send the stuff, and how could I get it? And I keep having to tell people, I'm sorry, I'm not affiliated with Dan Marotti. Fraud! And just run your wrestling show. You, Dan Marotti.
Jason Worthing says, Sheik, is it true you were left in a car while Dan Marotti and the rest of the MWF crew were chowing down at Applebee's? Sheik, when you went to Boston to work for them, did they leave you inside of a car while they all went inside an Applebee's and they ate dinner?
Absolutely, that's true, and I never forgot about that. Dan Marotti didn't show me respect, and I don't care about Dan Marotti sometimes.
But the treatment he's receiving, they're leaving him in a car, they're not feeding him.
Well, I don't like it.
But I told Dan I'm very busy on developing something for myself. What's going to happen if somebody called me for a show and then they cancel me? What happens if we get another COVID shutdown and all the shows get canceled again? I mean, we're all looking for WrestleMania and all that. What if all that gets shut down again? Now what Tony going to do? Well, see, Dan got pissed off because he had a lot of stuff planned for me. I understand that. So, it's 2 sides to every story. He was hoping that he could get more out of me. And I was thinking, I don't want to die in Melrose.
Welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh, only seen here and produced out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. Marty Jannetty, how are you, sir?
In the house, my brothers.
In the house! But we hear things that go on, and Tony Atlas, who contacted me after he was on Dan's show and wanted to speak to me about some things that went down with Dan and him, and actually asked me for advice on it, which I did. and Tony decided to part ways with Dan. Again, some people believe Tony, some don't. With you, can you tell us what happened at the start of that Boston wrestling thing and what led to whatever happened? Because, again, I asked Dan for the video, but he wouldn't give it to me.
We go in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we do 5 episodes Friday, Saturday, so 5 a day. Come in usually the night before, pretty much always the night before, and leave, that Monday morning. That's been our routine. This past time when I come in, I had just had the right ankle about 2 months prior, surgery on it, a joint replacement. Anyway, so I'm just getting past it, all the pain and stuff. When it got in at 1 o'clock at night, up there in Boston, and it just I'd already had 7 hours of traveling by then. Now I got this boot still on my right leg, the one that's still it ain't 100% yet. And there's a little bit of a walk, and I got there and I waited and looked around and waited and looked around and waited. Finally, I called him back. I said, "Brother, there ain't nothing here." And he goes, "Are you in the right place?" I said, "I'm right where you told me." And so I went and asked one of the limo guys. There was one guy there. Now it's like 1:30, almost 2 in the morning. One limo guy there, and he goes, "Yeah, right here's for the hotel." I called him back, said, "I'm in the right place." He called again, and then he called me. He said, "Call this number. This is the hotel. They'll tell them what's going on." I called them, and they said, "Shuttle's not there because we stop at 11 p.m. We told your guy that."
Ooh.
So, this is a hell of a time, and to be going through all this at the airport and somewhere in Boston. I called Dan back, and he said, "F it, I'll get you an Uber." And he says, find where the Uber's. And I did. I went up to the limo guy, said, "Where are the Ubers?" He pointed, "You got to go over there." And it was like a damn quarter-mile walk. And I'm like, "Nah, hell no. I got one crutch and one boot on. I ain't walking that damn far. You can't even see how far I had to walk."
Understood.
So then, I saw a taxi stand, and I called, and then I actually hoped, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I was hoping the Uber might, look for me. I waited, because Dan had said too, I think he told me it'd be like, they'd be there in 8 to 10 minutes. And I didn't want to walk off and get lost. But so when I called him back, I said, "Look, man, I'm going to get a taxi. To hell with this." Now it's 2:30 in the morning, 2:15 in the morning. I was just want to get to the damn room.
Sure. So you're off to a really, really rocky start
Oh,
here.
my God.
Did you get to the hotel before the sun came up?
I got to the hotel. It was 3 o'clock.
Right.
I mean, went in and checked in and went up to the 4th floor, went to my room. After all that, the damn electronic key did not work on the door. They had no phone in the thing. It's like 3:15 in the morning. Now I got my pain pills were towards the end, and I can't get a refill anytime soon. So I'm not wanting to take them unless I absolutely got to, because I'm trying to stretch them through that weekend. And I lay down, man. After y'all know this feeling when you've done so much in a day, you lay down and you're so tired you can't sleep. It was one of those, and then the pain started a little bit. The pain wasn't. I guess the frustration comes out as pain.
Sure.
And I'm like, so sitting there fighting it with me. All right, should I take one? Should I take 2 pills? But anyway, I took them, and I managed to get to sleep.
So you were trying to write it off that it happens, and let's go do what we got to do. I got you.
Yes, let's get our done. 3rd hour episode we were doing for Saturday. I mean, we were breezing. So that would be 5, 6, 7 on week 8. You'll see. You can see a change because I'm always like happy and bubbly and love doing our things. That 3rd hour, I started getting quiet because I started getting pain in my ankles or whatever. That mid-3rd hour, I started having the pains, and it was getting. I didn't want to. We're filming, right? I don't want to but I'm reaching down. Y'all will see. Like I said, I'm reaching down and massaging the ankles. I'm realizing, but don't make it obvious. And then we got halfway through that 3rd hour, and they got they burn. I mean, they feel like they're in a furnace, burning. And again, I didn't want to touch the pain pills yet because I want to make sure I can get through that whole weekend. he's talking away, and I'm sitting there like, don't make a face, don't, because pain was showing my face a lot, and I'm thinking about how's it looking, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what he's talking about. Oh man, I hope he don't ask me a question.
You got that absorbed in your own pain. I got you. Go on.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, man, look, I got a blanked on you. I'm so glad you didn't ask me a question right then. I said, if it's gonna happen again, I'm gonna do the Iron Sheik. I'll chop my chest. That's letting you know I'm starting to blank. Don't ask me something right then. And he's like, okay. And we got into the 4th hour, and sure enough, it started happening. And I'm like, I caught myself on him, and he's looking at me. He's looking at me like weird. And I'm like, he goes, what are you doing? And I guess he totally, he was so absorbed in getting our material done. I did not want that to happen again. I went over to my little bag and got a couple pills. And at the studio there, they have beer in the fridge all the time. Okay. So I went and had a beer with it. Because that way I don't have to take too many, because I have got such a high tolerance to pain medicine,
right?
And or anything really. Right. And one beer would keep me from having to take 3 or 4 pain pills. Y'all have seen me when I take too much. Yeah, very first time we ever met.
Sure.
Yeah, time you punched me in the face.
Not the first time. He punched you in the face the second time.
That wasn't
Yeah. The second time we met, he punched you in the face.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was staying corrected. I apologize, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, way to go.
We got through 5, and I was like, now there's a break, because we were doing what do you call them, the virtual signing live later.
Okay.
And it would give me a 2 or 3 hour break to just relax and, stay at the studio, but go lay somewhere and just relax and hope that, everything passes. He was like our studio guy in charge, in the room, hollering something. I'm looking down, like, what are you talking about? He goes, let's keep going. I said, do you know what number this is? Because I knew exactly what number. And he goes, well, I don't keep up with it. I'm thinking, well, I do. that's how we judge what we pay. And I thought, well, he knows I'm hurting. Why would he push it today? Because I figured, okay, maybe we're just going to do 4 tomorrow. But I was just thinking that's kind of a little bit, because I'm hurting.
Well, Marty, I don't think it helped you to have to walk in the airport either. I don't think that.
That first night. I mean, I'm sure it didn't. No. Saturday night, I even kept telling them this. I mean, we were doing 8x10s signings. So wasn't going good anyway. And we got to do the same thing tomorrow. Ain't hell in a cell. Just do it then. I'm like, wrap it up. And he says like 3 different times, okay, last chance, we're about to wrap it up. I'm like, well, tell him that, let's go. But you got to remember, that seed is in there. Why is he working me this hard knowing I'm hurting? And then that seed from the first night walking around 2 hours, and those little bitty seeds are in there. I think it all just took over at once that night, Saturday night. And I called a couple friends I needed to talk to people. A couple of my girls, and even my sister, talked to her, because she's like, what happened? You were fine when you talked to me. You were just down about something. And I called her. After that, it didn't work, and I called a girl that I know from Boston, told her I needed company. I didn't need to be alone. And she showed up 20, 30 minutes later. And again, remember now, the intent was to get up in the morning and go to the gym. That was my main thing. So to rehab, and get a workout. She got to the door and opened the door to see her. Just, not some people will understand, but and I remember seeing her there with a bag, like overnight. I figured overnight bag. I don't know what else she might have had in it. And I smiled to see her, but it must have shown on my face, because she's, are you okay? And I was like, no. And she hugged me, and it felt so good. It was not meaning sexual or nothing like that. It just felt like she was really hugging out of compassion. And pretty much the next memory I got is going to the studio Sunday and Dan not letting me in. And I couldn't understand it. I got out of the car, went up to the studio, see through doors, and there's Dan, and he won't let me in. I didn't understand it. What the hell? And I'm like, Dan, what are you doing? Because we got work to do, right? I'm telling you, this is me, and I was confused as hell. And I don't remember if he told Eric Clapton to drive me around for a while, or called him and told him. But he just wouldn't let us in. He cracked the door a little bit, and I wanted to get in. He said, no, go right around for a little bit or something. I was confused as I was like, what the hell? And we got in the car and rode around for a bit, and I'm talking to this guy, and I couldn't even cut up with him too much because I'm like thinking, what's going on here? And it crossed my mind at that time, okay, wait a minute. He gave me half my money up front the first day, and he's going to give me the second half after we were done. I'm thinking, is he trying to get out of paying me the second half? That was what was going through my mind.
Okay.
And boy, it started. Then everything. Now all them seats before. Okay, that Thursday night was. He didn't care to pick me up, But Friday went well. And Saturday he wanted to overwork me while I was hurt. My mind starts perpetuating and getting worse. On man, what the? It was going to a bad place. That caused me to be in that place where this is bullshit. And I knew I couldn't be mean to him, but I needed to be if I was getting ripped off. And
understood.
I right before the Hell in a Cell, I still had. Remember, I bought that half pint, and I had half of that left. So it's nothing but a couple of shots. But I had taken that, took a couple of pain pills, and thought, now I'm gonna cut loose on the live because he can't edit it out when I ask him questions. He kind of bothered him being called, just basically saying, "Are you a thief?" On live TV. At one point, I think he flipped the money over to me, and I'm like, "All right, so what? And what about this? And what about that?" I think I started bringing up them little damn things, needling them on it, and he was needling me back and getting back because he didn't appreciate the money thing. One time I said, "Well, where's my damn money then?" It was still laying there. He'd already gave it to me. But yeah, that was a bad thing, and I just contributed to. I had a bad day at the office.
You've been a friend of the show. You're a good guy. And I wasn't watching the show. People had told me what happened. I tried to go back on to see what happened. I wanted to see if you were okay.
Curious.
And you know what? So we're being 100% honest with you. I wasn't going to go put this on the show. I wanted to see what happened. And then I was even more disturbed that he went to social media and basically said that you've got major problems. And I didn't think that was right to do either.
Okay, go ahead.
You come on these shows. You make certain people a good amount of money. There's a lot of fans that enjoy watching you. Yeah. They give donations. They subscribe. I just don't understand the fact that if something goes wrong on your show, which, it happens, okay? Look, my friend, a lot of people think it's a work between you and me, and you could tell them it's a work or tell them it's not a work. I'd really like you to clear that up too, is that we've had our issues with each other. The fact of the matter is,
I remember the first time I came in, I actually had a great time with y'all, but evidently I was spaced out.
All I'm saying to you, Marty, and I'm saying to the fans out there, right,
yeah,
is that if Dan has a problem with Tony Atlas or has a problem with you, you're both legends. You make him a lot of money. Have the respect to make a phone call privately and say, "Hey, Marty, you did me dirty. I just want to make that clear. I was unhappy with what you did." And you talk it out like men.
I could agree with that.
You've also made him a good amount of money, my friend. Okay? You've been good to him. Look, some things get forgiven here. And again, I'm not attacking Dan. I don't even know Dan. So me and the Pharaoh, we just think about our show. We don't really talk about anybody else's show.
Don't get involved
we
in
respect everybody else's show. And I will tell you this, Marty. First of all, I want to say thank you for – I called you in very short notice, and you came on like the gentleman you are. We love you.
There was a reason Sunday happened. And this pain is the dejection that I may never get to do what I wanted to do, that these ankles may never heal 100%. That's emotional. That probably won't go away for a while, but it will. It eventually will. I was thinking I was getting railroaded on pay And it made me think about those other things that were, petty, but still, once you get in that frame of mind, it's like, oh no, man, you left me out there 2 hours at Boston Airport. Oh no, man, you ran me in the ground yesterday when you knew I was hurt. Oh no, man, you just don't want to pay me my other half. Look, man, rehabs I've been to high up ministers, preachers. I've gone to friends. I've confided in friends that had the same issues. But I won't say Jake Roberts or Scott Hall's name, but I've gone to guys that had a problem like mine.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Marty.
And nothing is going to work until I can do it for myself. Rehabs are damn work, first of all. They might work for 9 to 5 type of personalities. A 9 to 5er, not putting them down, but does not live the lifestyle and have the personality of a wrestler.
Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, I totally get it.
So the rehabs, I mean, all that is a PR stunt. Like, hey, he's trying. Hey, look,
Marty, if I can get this in real fast, just coming from my point of view, dude, we would never put a hit piece out on you. And besides, as far as this relationship between us and you goes, the only one who's ever done any hitting is you.
No, that's true.
So there you go.
Okay.
Ow! Ow!
How you got me on that one?
I think Marty drew a pretty good picture of the whole situation, and as I was saying, I can relate to the pain deal. I understand what that's like. I mean, the fact that he was counting his pain pills and making sure he got through the weekend, that's a terrible feeling.
Sure.
Being pushed the way he was probably didn't help anything either.
I will say I have a problem with this.
Yeah, what is that?
I wrote Dan and say, hey, man, I went to go check the video. A lot of fans had reached out to me.
Right.
They said something went down. Marty mentioned us and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And Dan wrote me and said, I would never share that piece with anybody. Then he went on to his channel and said that I asked for the piece. And he must have told Marty I was going to show a hit piece on it.
What?
And again, I didn't. I said I wanted it for the show because I wanted to see it so we could discuss it like we did last week. Right.
Logical.
Again, if he misunderstood, he misunderstood.
Right.
I respect Marty Jannetty. Yeah. Always have. We've had our problems with him.
Do you think?
Okay.
Just a little? Maybe?
I don't agree, and I'll say this. I know there's a lot of Boston wrestling fans out there. Mm-hmm. This is the second time Dan has gone to social media.
Right.
With he's got problems, but ripping them apart.
Right.
But he's got ankle problems, or Tony's broke. Listen, if you know secrets or you know certain things, and I don't know this to be a fact, I'm just hypothetically saying this, that Tony Atlas needs money. Why would you go to social media and embarrass Tony Atlas? Someone that's given us what he's given us.
Again, it's the most baffling thing about that approach that he seems to have taken. I mean, he's worked with them over and over again.
And made lots of money. When I had a problem with Marty, did I go to social media on it?
No.
What did I do?
Refresh me on the exact course of action.
When he came to the first show, a signing.
Right.
We were new to the industry.
Right.
We had a signing.
Right.
And Marty partied.
Oh, God.
A little hard when I had children there.
Right. Correct.
What? I wasn't happy, was I?
No one was happy.
It
wasn't just you and me.
How did I approach Marty before the second show? Everybody saw the second show when he punched me in the face. Okay? What happened before? Did I not have a conversation with him before? And I told him straight up how I felt. I didn't go to social media.
I remember the tension in the room.
In the second show, he wanted to speak about it. I tried to avoid speaking about it because you wanted a good show.
I wanted to get through it.
And Marty wanted to talk about what I was saying to him.
Right.
And then it went to where it went.
Yeah, it sure did. Sure did.
Since then, Marty have cleared the air like men, and that's it.
Right.
As far as Dan goes, I don't know which is greater offense, his exploitation of Marty or his god-awful opening montage of high school level editing for those embarrassed hard cuts.
Boy, did he hit a home run with that montage comment. Am I allowed to say stuff like that? That is the worst arts and crafts. You fail. That's horrible.
Wow.
I couldn't pass in third grade with that intro. I
don't
even know what I'm watching. I get so confused.
Oh, man.
It's horrible.
I'm trying to take the high road here.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to take the high road, okay? Say whatever you want. Yeah, I'm so used to it, the things that have been said about my mother. Anyway, it's ridiculous to me. I'm sorry. How can you work him like that and not notice? You've worked with him a while. How do you not notice he's heading towards what he was heading towards? He was in terrible pain. He said it was building up over a couple of days. You don't realize I might be pushing the guy I worked with.
Marty is Dan's money bag of comedy and pisses me off. When Marty's in bad shape, get him help, not show him off. I would never take advantage of a legend that I watched. Even a regular human being, I wouldn't do that. We may ask hard questions. We may ask uncomfortable questions, but we don't look to hurt anybody, right? We don't look to take advantage of anybody.
Right.
Fraud! Fraud! Fraud!